Hey, you've just stepped into the Caring Corner, where life's caregiving challenges meet a whole lot of heart and a dash of sass. I'm Michelle O'Neill, and I'm here to serve up insights, inspiration, and real life tools to help you navigate caring for your kids and aging loved ones without forgetting about you. Expect everything from time management hacks and emotional wellness strategies to technology tips sprinkled with humor and tenacity. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
What if right now you stopped carrying things that don't belong to you? What if you put down the mental load of remembering, managing, and doing everything? Would the world really fall apart? Or would it keep revolving just fine? In today's episode, we're exploring what life could look like if you started handing back responsibilities that aren't yours to carry. I want you to imagine making decisions differently, choosing to free yourself from the tasks, obligations, and emotional labor that you were never meant to own in the first place. Hey, Michelle O'Neill here, and welcome to the Caring Corner. I'm your host and resident emotional wellness coach, guiding you through the ups, downs, and everything in between when it comes to finding harmony in your life. And today we're diving into the habits that we've fallen into, and that's taking on responsibilities that don't belong to us and how to start setting them down guilt free. So, are you ready for that? I am. Let's go. So, wouldn't it be amazing to wake up at 6 a.m. fully rested? Not like in the past, but this particular morning, instead of being exhausted, you just ease out of bed feeling rested. You sip your coffee or tea, whichever you prefer, and it's actually hot, not cold, not reheated, but for once, it's actually hot. And you sit there quietly for 5 minutes before the day starts. Okay, so play this game with me. Come on. Now it's 10:20 and your teen texts from school. Mom, I forgot my science project at home. Can you bring it? But instead of dropping everything to run and save the day, you text them back. Sorry, sweetie, can't get away. You're going to have to figure this one out. Talk to your teacher. I'll vouch that it's done if you need me. Life lesson 123. He'll be okay. He'll learn. No guilt. Maybe a tiny nudge of anxiety there on your part. But in the end, it's just peace, knowing that you taught him a lesson and he's learned a thing or two. Okay, now you realize that you've stopped scrambling between calls and meetings to fit in a pharmacy run for your mom, right? All because you set boundaries and you've asked for help. Now your sister is sharing the load, and the kids and hubby are pulling their weight around the house. And instead of spending the evening folding laundry and coordinating everyone's schedule, you actually can have a glass of wine and watch a show that you've been wanting to enjoy without actually multitasking during that show. How does this feel? Impossible? Or can you just sit with that for a minute? It feels lighter to not carry all these tasks that aren't yours, doesn't it? You stop waiting for permission to actually rest and take it when you need it, right? You feel calm and in control instead of stretched thin by everyone else's demands. And here's the best part. Because you've learned to set these boundaries, You've become more present and more yourself. You laugh with your kids without snapping at them, and you sleep without your mind running through tomorrow's to-do list. Your relationships blossom because you're no longer running on that hint of fumes. You can actually enjoy your moments and interactions with mom and with your hubby, and well, that man is, woo, sexy again. Woo, who's that girl? Yeah, that can be you. Okay, so that was nice. But let's get real. Sometimes this life isn't as simple as saying no or setting a boundary. Some of you are in the thick of it, managing everything, parents who need help with everyday tasks, growing kids who still need that emotional support, and a career that demands your time and energy. And hubby needs, well, you get the picture, right? In those moments, it's easy to think, if I don't do it, who will? And that thought can weigh on you, making it feel impossible to even imagine setting everything down. The real reason that we stay stuck is, well, it's not just about having too much to do. It's about the expectations that we've carried with us, expectations about what it means to be a good mom, a daughter, a partner. Let's call it what it is. It's the fear of letting people down. Do I need to say that again? Come on, repeat it with me. It's the fear of letting people down. Somewhere along the way, we learned that if we're not the ones holding it all together, we're failing. So we keep saying, yes, raising your hand, even when it's too much, because the idea of disappointing anyone feels, well, it feels unbearable. We've gotten into that age-old habit of doing everything ourselves. We've been the go-to person for so long that it feels automatic, running to solve everybody's problem, filling in every gap. And honestly, sometimes it just feels easier to do it all than to explain or teach someone else how to step in. Oh, I am really feeling this one. I'm preaching to the preacher here because that's one of my biggest downfall. It is so much easier to do it yourself, but is it better? And on the top of all that, guilt comes in masquerading itself as dun, 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 responsibility. You know, that sneaky guilt creeps in, whispering, hey, if you don't do it, who will? It's your job to care for everyone. Girl, put your hand over guilt's mouth. But here's the truth. That's fear disguised as love. Two four-letter words, totally two different meanings. Don't get them mixed up. I rebuke that lie. So what can you do now, even though it's hard? Look, I know that some of you are seriously deep in the trenches, doing the grocery runs for your mom, booking her appointments, or answering the late night texts from your college kids who's just remembered that they have a paper due tomorrow. You might not be able to say no to everything, but there are slight shifts that you can make right now, right here, to lessen the load. How about batching and bundling tasks? You're like, what in the world are you talking about? So here's an example. If your parents are able, ask them to keep a list of everything they need so that when you visit, you can tackle everything at once. So you're not running back and forth trying to remember what to do multiple times a week. And then all of a sudden, something's forgotten just when you're getting ready to leave. Oh, I need you to do this. So you ask them to put it in a list like, Mom, Jot down all the errands that you need me to do for the week. And when I come by on Thursday, we'll go and handle it together. So that becomes dual purpose. You get to spend time together and you're serving her in the way that she needs to be served right then. Same with the kids. Set one day to catch up with their needs, whether it's organizing activities or checking in emotionally. Group it together so that you aren't constantly switching gears. That is another subject. But if it needs to be a daily thing, then pick a specific time, because sometimes we can't wait a whole week, but sometimes things need to be handled in that same day. So if it needs to be a daily thing, pick a specific time, like when you get home from school, or when they get home from school, you know what I meant, or before they shut down for the evening, but put a time cap on that before 9. Try to make one small task handoff for the week. That's my second thing. Make one small task handoff for the week. Ask your partner to take the car for servicing, or have your sibling handle an appointment with your parent, or maybe delegate coordinating rides for your teens' extracurriculars, or let them order their own takeout one night. Whatever it is, hand one thing off. One thing. I'm not asking you to do a lot. One thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to free up a little space for you. And if you have 3 minutes, use it to foster a space of calm. Even if you're right in the middle of it, driving between appointments or answering 10 different texts, pause for 3 minutes. My 3 minutes to calm meditation is designed for exactly these moments. When everything feels overwhelming, just a few deep breaths can shift your entire day. Listen, caregiving, whether for kids, parents, partner, or all the above, doesn't have to swallow you whole. It's not about being perfect or doing everything yourself. It's about making small, deliberate strides that protect your energy and your well-being. Because here's the truth. You can be there for the people you love and still make room for yourself. I'm telling you the truth. In fact, when you do, you show up more present, more grounded, and more in control. And to be honest, who doesn't love a bit of control, huh? This girl right here is raising her hand. Even though you can't see me, I'm telling you, I raised my hand. So here's the thing. Life may never be perfect, and there will always be people and tasks pulling at you. But that doesn't mean you have to carry everything on your shoulders. It's okay to hand some things back, to let go of what's not yours to carry, and to create space, even in the smallest ways, for yourself. Because the more you practice this, setting small boundaries, saying no to what you don't need, and finding those moments of calm, the more present, grounded, and in control you'll feel. And so, if today's episode resonated with you, try my 3 minutes of calm guided meditation. It's the perfect tool for those overwhelming moments when you need a quick reset. It's my gift to you, and you deserve those 3 minutes to yourself. And listen, if you're thinking, I need more of this, let's connect. Book a call with me, and we'll talk about what support looks like for where you are right now. You don't have to do this alone. Small steps add up to big changes. And remember, when you take care of yourself, you're giving yourself the chance to really show up for yourself and others. You got this. I've got you. You know, until next time, I want to thank you for being here with me on the Caring Corner, walking this journey together. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, that's a wrap for today at the Caring Corner. We've tackled some big topics, but remember, you're not in this alone. Subscribe to keep the wisdom and warmth coming. And stay tuned for amazing guests who'll be joining us to help round out your caregiving toolkit. Catch you next time and keep conquering those challenges.